Hello, welcome to another just below average track guide. We are at Barcelona without the final chicane this week, and we're back in the LMP3s in preparation for the Samsoid LMP3 league race on Sunday. Not much to say about this lap. It was pretty clean, pretty fast, and not especially enjoyable. I find this track a little bit boring, I've got to be honest with you, but hey ho. Anyway, here's the lap.
Of fuel left.
And here we go, we're about to start the lap round the final bend onto the home straight. Let the car drift out to the left, and here we go, full throttle, start line there. You're going to let the car creep over to the left hand side because you've got a right hand starting chicane at the end of this straight. You are looking for the 100 metre board as your braking point. Get up onto that rumble strip, down to third, off the brakes, roll it in, miss that sausage curb, then ride the curb on the left but not too much, you're getting off track, let it drift over. Up into third gear, then ease off just for a second to let the nose tuck in, then back on the throttle. Full throttle here, all the way up. You can let the car drift slightly wide there, but certainly not all four wheels off. Hit that Repsol bridge, down to second gear, off the brakes, roll it in. As soon as you feel the grip, back on the throttle. Again, let the car run out to the left-hand side, ride the rumble strip on that side. You're in fourth gear, and then hard braking down to second. Now, I actually missed the apex here, so I lose about 0.2 of a second. Ideally, you want to be much further left. Anyway, full throttle. Middle of the road down here, let it drift out to the right just before the rumble strip, down to third, ride that curb, back on the power nice and early, ride that curb, let it drift over to the left onto the rumble strip, just as you come off the rumble strip, turn in, ease off the power very slightly, then back onto the power, all that in fourth gear, full throttle, let it drift over to the right hand side. Now you are looking for, actually run that just a bit longer, okay, you've got the 100 metre board, you've got that white bridge type thing, and then you've got that little black square on top of a pole which looks like a speed camera. That is roughly your braking point. In fact, I've already started just applying a bit of pressure, but that basically is your braking point. You're going to be hard down to second gear and then roll it round nice and tight at the hairpin here at the end of this straight. So down to second, roll it in, keep it nice and tight, start feeding the power back on, stay over to the left. Just as you get to the end of these cones here, drift over to the right, down to second gear. Again, I didn't get anywhere near tight enough on this, so I lost maybe another 1/10 or two. But you want to be in second gear and just rolling it around until you see a little sausage curb on your right hand side, and that's where you roughly where you start feeding the power back on. So there's the sausage curb, start back on the throttle, let it drift over to the left, and I'm going to pause it one more time. You can see I'm aiming kind of towards those cones, but pretty much trying to angle the car dead straight towards the curb just beyond those cones. You can keep the throttle full on through this section if you get that line right. So flat out, fourth gear at the moment, hit that curb right over to the left, right on the rumble strip, fifth gear, then a little blip down to fourth, I think. Let me just check that. I think I was in fifth gear and then just dab of brakes and down to fourth as we turn in here. Yep, dab of brakes, down to 4, turn in, clip the curb on the inside, back on the power as early as you can, and you are on the home straight to hit the line right there in a 1:37.976. So that is a high 1 minute 37 around Barcelona in an LMP3. As you can see, a few tenths that could have been easily made up on that lap, and I tended to allow the traction control to kick in a little bit more than I would have liked, but couldn't quite work out how to overcome that. So hopefully I'll improve by the weekend's race. Anyway, hope you learnt something from that. Remember, if you would like to watch any of our live races, including the Samsoid race and the Petit Le Mans, which is on Saturday, check out the Twitch channel up there. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, bell, comment, share. See you next time.